Thanks so much for staying on. A look now at our stories. The minority in Parliament has refused to attend a 3-day orientation program for members of the House, currently ongoing at the Volta Serene in Ho. According to the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, the minority through a notice protested the cost of the event, hence their withdrawal. He described the decision as unfortunate for the development of the country's democracy while addressing the opening ceremony of the orientation program.
We lost a very great opportunity because the turbulence of Parliament once again has shown. I only saw a WhatsApp message last night that our colleagues, our brothers and sisters of the New Patriotic Party have opted out, giving a reason that is completely unacceptable. There's good reason why we choose venues for this. It's not partisan. There's always a search party. And they go around, discuss with the various hospitalities, look at the cost components, the facilities, their suitability, the convenience of your movement, because there are other pressures on you. And there are score marks before we decide where to go. There's no partisanship in this at all. This time around, the parliamentary service followed the same. That is what is done. The final results are brought to the Speaker. And until I have a very good reason why it shouldn't be at that place, I just give my approval. And to have 276 members of Parliament and staff, because the staff work with you. And if you don't build the capacity of the staff, the institution, they will not be in the position to serve you, to provide what you need to be able to satisfy the immeasurable, unlimited demands of the country, of your people, and of the world. So it's usually a large number of people. The reason is that the cost component is too much, and they don't want to be part of that. We don't want to talk. Please don't allow your political differences to enslave you. Don't be also enslaved by our history. And that's one of the biggest challenges we have in this country. What our grandfathers did is what has enslaved us.
The West African Gas Pipeline Limited, that's WAPCO, has announced the successful and safe completion of essential maintenance activities, marking the resumption of gas transportation services across Ghana, Togo, and Benin. This is expected to stabilize power supply in Ghana and other nations that rely on the pipeline. The comprehensive maintenance project, which spanned 4 weeks, included a range of critical tasks such as offshore pipeline cleaning, inspection, subsea valve replacements, and other vital works across multiple locations in Ghana, Togo, Benin, and Nigeria. Director of Corporate Affairs at WAPCO, Dr. Isaac Doku, tells Joy News the Takrady and Tema gas plants will receive gas in the few days.
Yes, that's exactly right. At the beginning of the whole process, as I did explain, we sent some instruments through the pipeline that we call the pipeline inspection gauges, the PICs. And so the 4-week duration was based on the number of picks that we're going to send through the pipeline and the estimated number of days that they were going to take each traveling the 569 kilometers from our station in Badagry to Takoradi. We've estimated that each pick was going to take between 4 to 5 days. And originally also, since we don't know the condition of the pipeline, we've estimated to run between 5 to 6 picks to do the process. And so that 4 weeks was based on the total number of picks. And again, also on the how long it's going to take the pick to traverse the pipeline. I think the good news is that once we started running the picks, we realized that with the pressure of the gas that is being used to push the pick through the pipeline, we're averaging about 3.5 days for each pick to travel from our Lagos Beach compression station all the way to Takoradi. And also the other good news is that from the very first pick to the last one, we saw that each of the picks, there wasn't much debris and liquids within the pipeline. So that in itself was telling us that the pipeline is in a very good condition of operation. So these, I would say, are some of the factors that contributed. So in total, we actually ran, we ran 5 picks, and each of those picks took an average of, 3.5 days. Not more than 3.5 days to actually move from the Lagos Beach compression station all the way to Takoradi. And on top of that also, there wasn't much liquid. In fact, there were no liquids at all that came out that the pigs pushed out of the pipeline. And also the debris that we had from the pigs pushing the debris through the pipeline was, I would say, less than 100 kilograms. So all in all, I think these are some of the factors that contributed to us finishing ahead of time.
Yeah, so Doc, so that means that even though you are done with the work and the gas flow has started, it will hit the Takoradi plant in the next 3 days. Is that what it is?
We actually started gas flow yesterday morning at 9 a.m. because the pig arrived in the early hours of yesterday, around 3 a.m. in Takoradi. Once we take delivery of the pig, what we do is that the consultants that analyze the data are out of country. Like I explained the last time, they are actually based in Brazil. So we have to download the data from the instrumentation inspection gauge and have it, sent electronically to the company in Brazil to see whether, with respect to the quality of the data that we have actually collected. And we have the affirmation that, yes, the data is of good quality.
To stay a while longer within the energy sector because it's not all gloomy in the power sector, as Early Power has served notice of cutting its electricity supply due to ECG's failure to settle an outstanding debt of over $48 million. In a letter addressed to the acting managing director of ECG, the power company raised concerns over ECG's default in payment. Managers of Early Power warned of severe financial repercussions for the power provider if these monies are not paid. Here's a news desk report.
The letter, which also copied the Minister for Finance, the Minister for Energy and the Executive Secretary of the Public Utility Regulatory Commission and the board chairman, warned of severe financial repercussion for the power provider. This is because ECG breached the contractual agreement it entered with the power company. Under the agreement, ECG is to make a guaranteed monthly payment of $7 million for the initial deferral period ending in October 2024 and thereafter $7.5 million for the second deferral period. As at 20th December 2024, the $53 million ECG was expected to pay Early Power. Only $7.35 million was paid. As a result of ECG's default in payment, the seller finds itself in a precarious financial position and will not be able to meet its debt service obligation and operating cost, the company stated. Eli Power has now issued a firm demand for the immediate settlement of the overdue amount, setting a deadline of 28 February 2025. The company warned that failure to meet the deadline will leave them with no choice but to invoke remedies available under the Power Purchase Agreement and the Power Combat Operation Agreement.
Away from the power sector, the minority in Parliament has reiterated its defense of the economy that was handed to President John Mahama by the Akufo-Addo-led government, emphasizing that it was on the path towards full recovery. Now, speaking on Newsfile, former Deputy Minister of Finance, Dr. Stephen Amwa, explained that contrary to the President's remarks in the State of the Nation address, the major economic indicators had improved and were even better than what was inherited in 2016.
We are saying that all the performance indicators, most of them, exonerate us and indicate that the economy that we left for them is far much more stable and restored. I'm not saying there are no challenges. What you need to find out is that what constitutes a state or the state of economy or an economy. Where are the performance indicators, relevant ones? Because I'm talking about the GDP. I'm talking about agriculture. I'm talking about industry. I'm talking about services. I'm talking about primary balance. I'm talking about reserve. These are key.
All these things.
These are key.
What did the president speak about or give a figure about? That is not the current state of the economy. But did the president give figures?
That's my question. No, the president did not give figures, in my opinion, unless because sometimes you move out. Figures that were showing that the economy we left generally is better than what they also handed over to us.
This economy that is paying DDEP and it is saddled with it until 2020 what?
Can I explain this thing to you? DDEP is unfortunate. And I side with those who went through that unfortunate period. I mean the holders. But let me tell you, bring any professor in the world to debunk what I'm saying. When there's a holdout in this situation, okay, the only way out is to restructure the debt, deal with the extension of the maturity date and the payment terms so you can make time to pay. But it is very unpalatable to the victims or the bondholders all over the world. It's not only Ghana it has happened.
Meanwhile, Minister of State in charge of Government Communications, Felix Kwasi-Fosu, rejected claims by the former Deputy Minister, insisting that the domestic debt exchange program is proof of the country's economic decline. He further stated that the upcoming budget presentation on March 11 will confirm that the economy inherited by the current administration is in worse state than they left it in 2016.
Well, not only did the president miss the constitutional obligation, he actually inspired hope in those who were looking for something beyond just indicating what he came to meet. Samson, let me also put it on record that if my brother here tells you that this economy we inherited is better than the one we left them in 2016, it is a palpable untruth. Look, even at a visceral level, what you feel in your gut, that alone is sufficient to tell everybody that this economy is rotten to the core. Samson, we have only recently engaged in domestic debt exchange, which is the harshest economic policy ever implemented under the Fourth Republic, if not the entire history of Ghana. They took 1.3 million people through excruciating hardships by telling them that money that they were expecting to receive from government after having bought bonds were not going to come. They were going to reduce drastically the interest rate that they had agreed with government, and they were going to extend the maturities. This took 1.3 million people through hell, including Kama. You remember his lamentation on a public platform. May God rest his soul. So even at a visceral level, everybody who has lived in this country knows that this economy cannot be better than what they inherited in 2016. Now let's look at the figures. Sometimes there's good reason why the president did not dwell on all the economic indicators. There are about 18 of them. In due course, on 11th March, when the finance minister presents his budget, he will go into details about the specific indicators. If you take out the growth rates, all the rest are worse than what they inherited.
Remember, you're still watching Joy News Prime. We have more for you after this break. Back to Joy News Prime. To foster a culture of excellence and empower young pupils, the Ennobled Foundation has forged a partnership with Kimbu Senior High Technical School to launch a distinguished award for the outstanding home economics student. Jennifer August reports.
As a champion of student empowerment, the Ennobled Foundation provides tailored mentorship programs and educational initiatives that span various professional disciplines. Kimbu Senior Technical School, alma mater of the foundation's founder, Gloria Boyidoku, who offered home economics during her time there, inspiring her to give back through this initiative.
I'm an old student of Kimbu. I graduated in 2000. I thought it's good to come back to encourage the home economics students as a chartered accountant now, even though I did home economics, to let them know that anything and everything is possible to the extent that they are focused and they know what will get them there. And the award, we are looking at awarding the best graduating student, either male or female, with a cash prize, and also add the person to our mentoring network.
Sylvia Lechete, headmistress of Kimbu Senior Technical School, welcomed the partnership, highlighting its alignment with the school's mission to promote academic distinction and empowerment.
For selecting the WASI results, which is standardized, where we select the best home economics students, then we give the awards to that student to further his education. It's my desire that we should see Kimbu as one of the best schools in Ghana.
The Ennobled Foundation's partnership with the Kimbu Senior Technical School represents a significant milestone in promoting academic excellence and empowering pupils. Jennifer August report read to you.
The Tree Crops Development Authority has expressed deep concern over the encroachment of 910 acres of government land at the Wenchi Agricultural Station in the Bono region, a critical research center supporting Ghana's cashew industry. The land, originally designated for cashew seedlings production and agricultural research, has been taken over by private individuals and groups, leaving less than 300 acres available for use. Here's a report.
Wenchi Agricultural Station plays a crucial role in Ghana's cashew industry by providing high-quality seedlings, conducting research, and offering technical support to farmers. As a leading agricultural research center, it helps safeguard cashew production by improving crop resilience and boosting yield. During its familiarization tour of the Bono region, the acting chief executive officer of the Tree Crop Development Authority, Dr. Andiose Okra, was confronted with the alarming reality of land encroachment, which threatens not only cashew research, but also the long-term sustainability of the tree crop farming in Ghana.
You could see that this station is one of the strategic stations for agric, and especially for the cashew in the region and the whole country. And I think that a strategic asset like we need to protect it. I think we are in a country where we don't value research, and that's what is causing these. This is what has been dedicated, demarcated for research. It's a station for a strategic asset for the nation. So any private individuals, we believe in other development, but then you cannot encroach into a strategic national asset like this. So from what the station manager is saying, I think we are also going to inform our bosses. I will let the Minister of Food and Agriculture get to know about this. I'm sure he also get to His Excellency the President and all those that matters to come in, so that a strategic asset like this we need to protect right from 900 getting to 300.
Deputy Station Manager Bright Sapon said such encroachment will have serious consequences for agricultural research in Ghana.
Our main challenge that we have at this station is about encroachment. As you can see, people have started building, and private developers are around building and doing their own things. So we plead if the government can help us protect the land for the station, because the station serves as a research center for people to come in and learn. And as you can see, planting materials are being multiplied for farmers and stuff. So if the encroachments are still ongoing, they will take all our land and we cannot develop. So if the government can come in and help us to prevent the encroachers about our land. Initially, my boss wrote letters to the MC, Nananom and stuff. But Nananom told us that they have no hands in selling the land. So for me, I think the district assembly are part of those releasing the land for people to develop.
The Tree Crop Development Authority says it will collaborate with relevant authorities to ensure that this land is recovered and protected for future agricultural development.
And that's it for Joy News Prime. With me, Pius Kojo Baka. We have more for you when you log on to myjoyonline.com/business. Always a delight serving you.